What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna do my playoff NBA playoffs predictions and reaction to the play-in tournament. There was 6 games this past week, and all the teams like the Wizards, the Celtics, um, Lakers, and Grizzlies all got into the playoffs. So we'll be reviewing that, and then we'll be just doing the predictions. As you can see, I have my bracket up here. And obviously, as you can see, the handwriting isn't great, so I apologize for that. I kind of made this. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Comment who you think is gonna win the NBA championship. Um, Wizards will win. I don't know. I hope they do, but yeah, probably not. But yeah, we'll be doing this. And how many games I think the teams will win in. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with the Eastern Conference Sixers versus Wizards. Now, as you probably know by now if you've watched. Yeah, I know it's awesome. But as you probably know, I like the Wizards. But unfortunately, I don't see us getting out of this round. The Sixers are the first seed. They have the MVP candidate Joel Embiid, Defensive Player of the Year candidate Ben Simmons. I think we can push them to 6 games. I think we'll push them to 6 games, but I think eventually they will win. So Sixers, Sixers and 6. They have they have a good team this season. Their bench is good. I mean, yeah, and then just Joel Embiid and Jimmy. I mean, um Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. They just been so good this season. And Ben Simmons, yeah, I think we'll give them a competition. I don't think we'll force them to 7, but I think 6. But yeah, the form, yeah, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Ben Simmons has been a Defensive Player of the Year candidate already. They revealed the candidates, so I mean, it's gonna be a good series, but I see the Sixers winning that. Okay, now we got Hawks versus Knicks. Now this is a very interesting series. Both teams did it where both teams were one of the worst 2 teams in the NBA last year. Now Tom Thibodeau has come to the Knicks, and now they're one of the best teams in the NBA. Same with the Hawks. Nate McMillan getting him in. He just fits right in with the Hawks, and now they have the 5th seed. But unfortunately for the Hawks, I do have the Knicks winning this series. New York Knicks, they're finally back in the playoffs after like 8 years of just horrible basketball, to be honest. Julius Randle is in an MVP form. Um and just this season he balled out. And then this Knicks versus Sixers, and sorry about this handwriting, I can't really control it, but Sixers versus Knicks, that's gonna be interesting. And then we have Bucks versus Heat. This game is about to tip off in about 30 minutes, 25 minutes. But I see. Oh yeah, and by the way, I see the Knicks winning this one. And all right, so we said Sixers and 6. And then I see the Knicks winning this one in probably 7. I see this one going to 7 games. Yeah. And then we have the Bucks versus the Heat. I think this is a rematch of last season's series. The Heat won. They went on to face the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think the Bucks are gonna win it this time. Giannis is gonna bounce back. He's gonna win. The Heat, they're not as great as they were last season. Last season they were playing going into the playoffs. They're playing really well in the bubble, but they haven't really shown that how good they were last season, this regular season. But last season in the regular season they weren't the best, but they went on to make an NBA Finals run. But I think the Bucks are gonna win this one in 6 this time. So we'll put a 6 there. See what you guys say. I think the Nets will win. Sadly, yeah. I don't. The Knicks have Derrick Rose, Julius Randle, Emmanuel Mudiay, and all of them. I think Julius Randle's the MVP candidate. What do you think about the Suns? I think the Suns are a good team. I think the Suns are a good team. And I think they'll probably make a finals run. If they win it, I don't know. But I'm hoping someone can take them down. I'm assuming only like the Lakers would be able to take them down. I mean, LeBron and them. I'm assuming the only them. They may have Randall. I don't. I think. Oh yeah, RJ Barrett. Yeah. I think Randall's playing. I think he was cleared, but yeah. I think they will. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we have Nets Celtics. See, like this is a championship team, the Nets, and then the Celtics. They're just going downhill from here, unfortunately for that franchise. But I mean, I see the Nets winning this one, and like it's Tatum versus the Nets, and whether Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier could show up, I don't know. They've been kind of inconsistent this season, but I'm saying Nets in 5. They might even. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets sweep them. Yeah, that's the first round for the Eastern. Now we got Western. I got Jazz here. Jazz in 5. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, 2 star players. And then Mike Conley. I mean the Grizzlies. I mean, wow, last night just win. They get themselves into the playoffs against Steph Curry in the Warriors, which you love to see, a young team. Steph Curry is a great player, and he couldn't make it in the end. But you love to see a young team, just getting into the playoffs and having a pretty much successful season for them. But yeah, ooh, and this is gonna be a great matchup. Clippers Mavericks. I think that's later today. The first game, Clippers Mavericks. Ooh, this is gonna be so hard. I'm saying Clippers in 7. I mean Luka's good. I mean they have a decent team. KP, Kristaps Porzingis, and Luka Doncic. It's a good duo, but it's not enough to beat PG and Kawhi. I remember last season that was a hell of a series. That was a great series. I think the Clippers are gonna win this in 6. Yeah. What you guys saying? Opinions on Russ balling out. Yeah, I mean, like, he's not in the MVP conversation, obviously, because I guess he's on the Wizards. But I mean, still, like, he's playing so well. Lakers Suns is a good match. I agree. Trust me, Celtics will beat the Nets. I don't think so. I mean, Tatum. Tatum's just gonna have to drop like 50 points a game for that to happen. Tatum mascots. No. Yeah, I don't see anyone really beating them. Even the Sixers, I don't know. Bro, the Mavs are gonna smoke the Clippers because they're Boban. I hope. I want them. I like the Mavericks. They have a good young core, and then they have Boban, who everyone loves. But yeah. Oh, and then we got the MVP Nikola Jokic versus Damian Lillard and Blazers. I have the Nuggets here. Nuggets. Um, Nuggets in 6, I believe. I will do. Yeah, Nuggets in 6. Nothing much. I mean, we've seen this matchup before. And it's always good when Damian Lillard says Jokic is his MVP of the season, and I agree. I think Jokic he's been so good this season. And just you love to see it. And a big man probably finally gonna win the MVP. It's between him and Embiid. But yeah. Ooh, and then this is probably the matchup of the first round, I'd say, in my opinion. Lakers versus Suns. CP3 versus LeBron James. And they just reunite. I think this is the first ever matchup, if I'm not mistaken. But I actually have the Lakers winning this one. This is not gonna be an upset, by the way. If the Suns do win this series, it will be considered an upset, and I don't have the Suns winning. Like when it comes to playoff time, LeBron, you already know he's gonna he's showing up. I'm saying he's gonna win this one in 7. This is gonna be a series of the first round. And I have LeBron James and oh god, dang, okay, whatever, ignore that. But I have LeBron James beating the Suns here. I don't see CP3 and that young team, that young inexperienced team beating this veteran championship winning team. Yeah. So that I have them winning that in 7. That would be a good series, but yeah. And then I have the Sixers beating the Knicks in 7. I think the Knicks are gonna bring it to the Sixers. They're gonna play really well. But in the end, I do have the Sixers winning. They are the first seed after all. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid have been playing really well. So yeah, there we go. Okay, Bucks versus Nets. This is gonna be another good matchup. KD versus Giannis, Kyrie and James Harden, Chris Middleton. I mean, I don't like with the Bucks. I have the Nets winning this, obviously, as I bet most people do. Nets. I have them winning in 6. I just don't think the Bucks are good enough. They did bring in Drew Holiday. They have some upgrades from last season, but I don't see where Giannis is gonna get with this team. There's so many better teams in the East. But yeah, wait. Yo, what's up? Nuggets with Jamal Murray. Yeah, they don't have Jamal Murray. He's injured. I might say a bit of football because I don't know. Yeah, CP3, one of the most underrated to do it. I agree. He's one of the best. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I think Robert Lewandowski, he did break that record. But yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Sixers versus Nets. Oh yeah, okay. So on this, we have this side of the bracket. So Jazz versus Clippers. I think the Utah Jazz are gonna win this one. Rudy Gobert. Actually, wait, no, I have the Clippers winning this. Actually, I think the Jazz have a young team, and I really see the Jazz winning. Jazz. I mean, yeah. No. Sorry, I really see the Clippers winning. In maybe 7 games. This one's gonna go to 7. Clippers beat the Jazz. So there we go. Um, I mean, yeah, the Clippers have Kawhi and PG. I mean, the Utah Jazz just had a really good season, you know. But I think they'll get taken down here. Lakers Nuggets. Ooh, this is gonna be a really good game matchup. I have the Lakers winning this one in 7. And then we'll have a battle of LA in the Western Conference. That's what everyone wanted last season. I remember we all wanted the battle of LA, and for me, I think we're gonna get it. Western Conference Finals. And it's just gonna be awesome to see that, you know. Yeah, yeah. I think the Nets are a bit overhyped. I'd agree, but I think they'll make the finals. But yeah, okay. Now we have the conference finals. I have the Nets winning this year. Nets. Ooh. Okay, Nets. Okay, Nets here in the finals, and then we'll have them winning in. Let's see. Let me think. I think this will go to 7. And then we have the Clippers versus Lakers. I think the Lakers are gonna win in 6. And then we get the Nets versus Lakers in the final. Imagine. I think LeBron's good enough to do it. I think AD's good enough to do it. I think they have a good enough team to do it. Yeah. So Nets. Okay, so Nets Lakers. I want you guys to comment. Who do you think who's gonna win? Nets versus Lakers. Comment who you think is gonna win. You know, LeBron James. The Nets have KD who can guard LeBron. You know, they have a lot of players who can counter LeBron. They got all of this just to counter a 36-year-old who's past his prime but still balling. They just created a super team just for that. But yeah, okay. So you guys say Lakers. I agree. I think the Lakers can take down the Nets. I think the Lakers are gonna take down the Nets. I like LeBron James the player. And I think when it comes to playoff time, he's not messing around. He in the regular season, yeah, you know, sometimes he does have problems, but look, I think this is the playoffs. LeBron's gonna be here to play. He's 36, but who cares? Age doesn't even matter. Yeah, Lakers will win. Madrid scored. Lakers will win. Yeah, so that's the bracket right there. Kind of messy, but yeah. But yeah, I think yeah. So there we go. And then the NBA play-ins reaction. Um, let's see. So I think so we had the Celtics versus Wizards. I mean that was a blowout game first night. And then we also had it was Pacers versus I believe Charlotte Hornets. That wasn't really a great game either. 2 blowouts kind of on the first night. And then we went to Wizards versus Pacers, and Wizards blew them out. They played really well. Russ was back to his MVP type form. And then for the West, we had LeBron James hitting that clutch shot over Steph Curry to win that game. That was an amazing game. I think it lived up to the hype, and LeBron wins it for the Lakers to eventually get into the playoffs. And then we have also Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors had to play last night against Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. And Steph Curry, the MVP candidate, who everyone thinks is the MVP over Jokic, is out of the playoffs. Now I don't see him winning the MVP now. I mean, he had a great season, but I don't see Curry winning. I don't see Steph Curry winning it anymore now. But yeah, I mean, you have to be in the playoffs basically, right? So yeah, I mean, and then that's pretty much it. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting playoffs. You know, I have the Lakers winning back-to-back titles. But it's gonna be hard for them to do that because they are underdogs. I mean, they're the 7th seed, so They're gonna have to go through a lot of tough matchups, 7-game series. Oh yeah, and I believe the Lakers will beat the Nets in 7. So yeah, the Lakers will win in 7. And yeah, that's pretty much my prediction video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to comment. Who do you think is gonna win the championship? Who is your favorite? And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like, make sure to subscribe and hit notifications. And I'll see you in the next video.